Welcome to Nicki's Crochet Podcast. I am so excited for you to be here. Today I have a new guest, which is Sarah from Repeat Crafter Me. Remember to subscribe to my channel as well as her channel. Welcome, Sarah. I'm so glad you're here. How are you doing?
Good. Thank you so much for having me. It's an honor to be here chatting with you. I feel like kind of face to face.
I
So
know.
this is a lot of fun, and I appreciate you bringing a lot of these designers on and really making a community
Oh,
even better.
thank you. I really appreciate that because that's really what I wanted to do is bring the community together and really get to know the designers from a totally different perspective, because typically
Yeah.
we just see them in writing or,
Yep.
their creations, especially yours, which are amazing. So we'll get
Yeah.
into that, but start first and talk about, how did you even get started in crocheting? Was that because of kids, which most people talk about, or was that because of something else? Like, how did you get started with crochet?
Yeah, I mean, I guess technically because of kids, but I'll kind of start from the beginning, I guess. Always been artsy craftsy, always, growing up, did a lot of crafts. I ended up studying visual arts in college and started working professionally as a graphic designer.
Hmm.
And then fast forward a couple of years, got pregnant, started having kids. I had my first son. And then when I was pregnant with my second son, I think about that time, like crochet props
Yeah.
for baby newborn photo shoots were
Yeah.
getting really popular at that time.
Yeah.
So I had ordered a set off of Etsy. It came in the mail and I was looking at it. I'm like, oh, this is interesting. I feel like I could make this. So basically that weekend, grabbed some yarn hooks, went on YouTube, followed a couple tutorials and like made my first hat. I feel like for me, maybe just having that background of already kind of being
Yeah.
crafty, it just it just
Yeah.
clicked in my mind.
Yeah.
I don't know if it does that for everyone, but for me, it just was like opened up a whole new world, a whole new hobby.
Yes.
So that's basically how it happened. And
I
I
l-
don't know if
I
yeah, go ahead.
totally love that because I feel the same way. Like, I have a
Yeah.
craftsy family, so for me it was also just a click and I was ready to go. And I feel like sometimes we have similar ideas, like between
Yeah.
you and me. Like,
Yeah.
we don't just think crochet related. We should think a little bit more outside of the box and like see, how can I use this for other things?
Right.
The first things that come for me in my mind when I think about your patterns is like a frame with the flowers, for Mother's Day, or
Yeah.
lots of little baskets or something like that. We think a little bit further than just a
Yeah.
crochet project, which I absolutely love.
I agree with that. And I love bringing like a crafty element into
Mhm.
crochet, like you said, putting the flowers like on a canvas and
Yeah,
gluing them on, or using like buttons and felt and like
yeah,
other cute little embellishments
yeah.
and the color work too. So yeah, I
Oh,
totally agree. I love doing that.
totally. But you then turned this into a business. Like, when did you
Mhm.
say, you know what, I'm doing this into a business, and how did you come up with the name? Which, by the way, genius idea. Love it. But
Oh,
tell us
thanks.
about
I
it.
don't know. I funny about the name because I just was trying to think of kind of a play on words when I first started when I was thinking, okay, I need to make a name for a website.
Yeah.
And I liked it at the time, but every time someone asks me what my business name is, I feel like I have to explain repeat crafter me, like repeat after me, but
Yeah.
crafter instead of after. And it becomes this whole
Love it.
dialogue. But
Absolutely
anyway,
love it.
so okay, so around the same time, I kind of had taught myself how to crochet, and my second son was born. I was doing a lot of it. So my website didn't start out as just crochet. So I
Yeah.
was doing a lot of crafts, a lot of kids crafts. I was doing a lot of recipes,
Yeah.
crock pot recipes specifically. And then, starting to dabble in the crochet and posting some of those patterns
Hmm.
online too. Um, and I had posted a lot of stuff on my personal Facebook page,
Hmm.
but I feel like no one cared. I mean, I was my family and friends, I mean, they're supportive, but they're kind
Yeah.
of like, okay, we don't want to see another cute snack that you've made for your kids or whatever. So I was like, okay, I was following a couple mom bloggers at the time, and I was like, I don't know, maybe I'll just start a blog. Like, I didn't actually know it could become a business at that point.
Hmm.
I just wanted a spot where I could kind of pour my creativity into. So that's when I came up with this Repeat Crafter Me as kind of like a play on words, the name. Boom, started one of those free blog spot
Yes.
websites and just started putting everything on there. Now what took off was the crochet part of it.
Yeah.
It just kind of, I mean, I wouldn't say it went viral, but it just got so much traction on
Yeah.
the website and on social media that kind of everything evolved from being crochet crafts and crockpot recipes to pretty much just being crochet.
Yep, sounds like my story because that's how I came up with my name because mine was supposed to be multiple crafts as well. And for me, it was exactly the
Right.
same thing. And the crochet was the one that
Mhm.
took off, which is kind of
Yeah.
funny. Like, I just think it's
Yeah.
hilarious, that is the one that would take
Totally,
off.
right? I wouldn't think so. I thought honestly, I kind of thought the recipes,
Yeah.
food blogging is huge,
Yeah.
but there was a space for us in the crochet world, so it was meant to be.
Exactly. And your patterns are incredible. So you evolved from making lots of little, let's call it baby things,
Mhm.
into a lot more corner to corner and things like that. Lots of faces, it doesn't have to
Yeah.
be amigurumi, but related, like in a mixture of it. How did that come about? Like, was that a natural transition of you wanting to do that? Or was it because your audience kept asking for certain things? Like, how did that come about?
No, I think, well, I always kind of, someone told me way back when, they're like, you're the queen of cute crochet. And I thought that was so funny because I love creating
Yeah.
cute projects. So I think at one point, obviously many years ago, I was trying to think of ways that I could actually bring like a cute image into the crochet, like make it look like,
Yeah.
especially with the corner to corner. One of my first corner to corner projects was a Christmas blanket.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to have like those images, like the gingerbread man, the snowman, the Santa,
Yeah.
but I kind of wanted it to look cute and not just be,
Yes.
I don't know. So I had come across, I guess, the corner to corner crochet technique at the time and realized there's so many ways you can,
Yeah.
pixel graphs, and there's so many ways you can make them. And then also I feel like I mean, I'm just trying to say like uh not only like you don't even have to create your own pixel graph, like
Yes.
perler bead patterns, what is it, cross stitching patterns, like they
Hmm.
all can be, all these different crafts can relate back to, I mean, corner to corner crochet. So it just kind of was a really fun way to bring those cute characters and images to life with yarn.
Yes.
So that's just kind of how it evolved, and I love it. I really enjoy doing that. So obviously, as you and probably the
Yeah.
audience has seen, I've just really stuck with that too and continue to make those projects. So I hope everyone's still enjoying them as
Oh
much as
my.
I'm enjoying them.
Oh, big time. I mean, they're incredible. But do you come up with them on your own? Like, do you design them on your own? Like, I sometimes go on Pinterest and look for
Right.
like sewing patterns or something like that, like to get
Mhm.
inspiration and then make my own version out of it. But
Yeah.
where do you get your inspiration from?
So just to get inside my head, I usually start by looking at like cute clip art images. So
Yeah.
like let's just say I want to make a gingerbread man,
Yeah.
like a corner to corner crochet one. I'll start by looking up gingerbread crochet clip art, finding like
Love it.
cute little designs of it. And then I used to actually create my own blocks, block by block, in
Hmm.
Photoshop. And then I'm not sure when I discovered it or when it became a thing, but stitchfiddle.com, which I'm sure you know of, is
Yes.
such an easy way now to just, it basically does it for you. So
Exactly.
you can kind of tweak your own images and upload them, or just easily kind of paint your own design in there. And so basically, I use that now. But it all kind of starts with searching for those kind of cute images or drawing them out or kind of looking online
Yeah.
to get that basic idea, and then, transferring that over into the stitch fiddle and the pixel graphs and then to the crochet.
I love it. But you currently are running a gnome year-long, let's call it an event, because it is corner to corner, but I love how your audience takes it into many different crafts. But how did you even come up with the idea of making gnomes is it every month? I don't even know at this point,
Yeah,
because I
so
see them all over.
it's once a month. So I definitely have to give credit to Jennifer at Day by Day Clay and Crochet. She makes polymer clay handle crochet hooks. So I've purchased many of those from her over the years, and she kind of approached me about doing gnome hooks and asked me if I could do corner to corner crochet versions of them. So we kind of come up with, seasonal or holiday themes. And then she goes with the hooks, and I, have freedom to do whatever I want on the gnome corner to corner crochet. And honestly, when we first started, I was like, I don't know, are people still into gnomes? I was like, is this even going to be something people like?
Yeah.
And I'm so excited that everyone is excited about it, because it
Oh my
really took off. It's been really fun.
Yes.
I post them on the first of the month. So actually better, gotta get on the next one soon. But yeah, it's been a really fun project. And, honestly, thinking towards the future, I kind of anxious to do another themed crochet along like this. I
I
feel like it
love
worked out
it.
well.
But you also started now with the was it the balls pants? I love that. Like, I mean, you come up with the most genius ideas. There are
Yeah.
sometimes ideas that you come up with where I'm like, oh my gosh, or like I was like this step behind you. I'm almost making the same thing. I was like, man.
No, if you make it, post it. No, I don't own any of the, whatever ideas. We're all in this together. I love
I
it.
know. It's just,
Yeah,
it's so
no problem.
incredible. I feel like there's a connection sometimes with that. I know it
Yeah.
sounds cheesy, but you do have some really genius ideas. And sometimes I take a spin on them, like
Yeah, of
I
course.
remember a few years ago when you were doing a lot of gingerbread man stuff. And then I was like, you know what? I want a gingerbread house. And the funny thing is you shared it right
Oh,
after. And I was like, oh my God, Sarah shared
that's because
it.
I love gingerbread anything.
I know.
Yeah, no, that was cute. I remember your gingerbread house. I love that project.
Oh my God.
Yeah, no, and I feel like, that's the beauty of kind of working together. I mean,
Yeah.
all of us as the crochet community.
Yes.
And I mean, that's part of the name Repeat Crafter Me. I
Yeah.
want people to repeat after me and take these ideas and put their own spin on
I
them,
love it.
and come up with their own embellishments and designs off of it. I'm just here to put out an idea and a
Yes.
pattern, and I just, feel free to, you know,
Change them up a little bit.
change them up
Exactly.
a little bit and make it your own and customize and,
I love
whatever
it.
else. Yeah.
But you also work with Yarnspirations,
Mhm.
which I absolutely love. But how are you able to do all this? I mean, that was one of the questions I got from the audience. Is like, you have so many patterns that come out. Like, sometimes it feels like every other day or so there's a new pattern. Like, how in the world are you doing all that? Like, does your hand hurt at some point? Do you have helpers? How do you do all that?
My gosh, yeah, no, I don't have helpers, which I'm hoping eventually, maybe I will, but yeah, it's funny. I feel like I get that comment a lot too, that people are like, "How do you crochet all this?" And for me, sometimes I feel anxious that I'm not putting out enough content,
No.
especially in this new kind of social media, how it's
Yeah.
evolving, and you need like day-to-day reels and
Yeah.
and projects, and I'm just like, but no, I probably do maybe one project a week. I definitely try and mix up the bigger projects with the smaller projects,
Hmm.
like those little cups,
Yeah.
crochet cups I've been doing. I mean, those are so simple
Yeah.
and so easy to just change up, and the pattern's already there, so I'm not spending a lot of time writing a pattern.
Yes.
It's just, making it cute for the new holiday. And I do repurpose a lot of my patterns. So You know, if there's something maybe from a couple years ago, which I can kind of recycle and do something else with, make it look new. That's also an easy way for me to kind of put out a new project without, you know, starting from scratch.
Yes.
But yeah, I think it kind of looks like I'm doing more than I am, maybe.
Very
But yeah,
likely.
and as for yarn inspirations, they are super sweet and flexible and just really easy to work with. It's been great. I've been working with them for, gosh, I don't even remember how long, several years at least. And, you know, actually a lot of, you know, they'll let me know about some new yarns coming out or send me
Hmm.
some yarn. And then that also sparks ideas. So I feel
Yeah.
like it's a natural flow with them of actually being able to create content with them,
Yeah.
and new patterns, just kind of organically like that.
I love it. But we also see your daughter a lot in your photos, videos, etc. Like, was that because you kind of ask her, or she like, Mom, I want to be in there. Like, I want to be part of this. Like, is she going
Yeah.
to turn into a version of you? She's going to take over your business eventually, I assume,
I mean,
right?
I would hope so, but I mean, to be honest, I've tried to teach her how to crochet a couple times and I just don't feel like she's quite getting it yet, which is okay. Listen, I
Yeah,
didn't learn how to crochet until what, I
exactly.
don't know, 12 years ago, 13 years ago. So, um, yeah, so she has time, but yeah, she's so cute. I feel like she likes to like hang out with me.
Yeah.
She likes to, you know, look at the projects. She wants to keep them all. She's funny though, because anytime a video or a post or something doesn't maybe do as well as the other one, she'll be like, well, mommy, that's because I wasn't in it. The people want to see me. I'm like, okay, Zoe, you're funny.
That's
But yeah, I'm happy
hilarious.
to have her, and she's an easy model too
Yes.
because you know, she loves to model the, you know, the hats or the clothes.
Yeah.
She's getting bigger now, but she
It's
still
still
likes to do
adorable.
that. Yeah, yeah.
Super adorable. I absolutely love it when she shows off your crafts. And you know what? If you have something that flopped, although really doubt that is in your way the same way as my way, but still, like, you can always ask her, it's like, hey, can you model this for me real quick? Let's
Yeah,
make a new
yeah.
reel.
Yeah, totally, right? I know. I'm actually like trying to think in that new way now with
Yeah.
the reels and these short videos. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, what could I do to, you know, I mean, now it's not just a little pretty picture post.
No.
We could do multiple posts and yeah, I
Yeah.
could put her in another one. Yeah,
And the
definitely.
funny thing is we can combine a lot of little clips together and have endless amount of videos, which is a lot of designers don't notice that. I was like, you
Right.
just film yourself whenever you can and just put them together in different ratios, different ways, and you have a new
Yep.
video. Just put a new
Yep.
voiceover.
Yep. Yep. For sure. For
I
sure.
love
I
it.
mean, all you need is a little clip of a stitch or a project.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm getting the hang of it slowly but surely.
You're doing amazing. I love yours. You're doing amazing. But you also have a lot of amigurumi patterns,
Mhm.
especially your book, which I have.
There we go.
And I
Now
have your
we're
book. Look at it
talking.
here. You should totally
Here
see
we
if we
are.
can hang it over,
Wait.
like, so it
Yeah,
can
wait.
almost like cover it
Wait. Are we in?
there.
No,
I
wait.
love it. It's so cute. I absolutely love this
Go.
book. I made a review on this in video format and written format, and it's absolutely adorable. I feel like anyone who wants to get into amigurumi, this is the book that I recommend for them. It's like, this is like the perfect way to start. You have everything listed on little tips and tricks, and you make it so easy, but it's still so cute in the end. Like, tell us about the process of putting this book
Yeah.
together. I mean, that must be hard.
Well, thank you for saying that because I feel like you kind of hit it on the nose. Like, I really wanted this to be beginner friendly. All of the patterns basically start the same way. A lot of,
Yeah.
well, I would say about 90% of the bodies are the same pattern. So once you do one or two, you're
Yes.
going to get the hang of it, even if you're a newbie at it.
Yeah.
And then it's cute on top of it. But yeah, I was approached by this publishing company, and it all just kind of, I mean, worked with how, you know, how my brain works in doing very basic stitches and patterns, but still making it look cute and, being able to change up the colors. I mean, actually, I think this book is a really good example of how you can take the same shape, change up the color, just add a couple different face and maybe arms and legs. Not even the arms. A lot of these arms and legs are the same in the book too. And you have a whole new animal. So, yeah, and honestly, I'm just so grateful to everyone who's purchased the book and written a nice review and liked it, because I can't believe actually how well it did. We're in a fairly, when you think about it, fairly small niche of crochet, and this book has done really well. So I'm excited about that and just really grateful to everyone.
This book is incredible. I love the idea of putting it together for like literally the entire alphabet, although you didn't even write it down as the alphabet, right? But it is. And I absolutely love it. And if anyone wants to grab it, I'm going to leave a link down below. I have a review on it too. If you want to take a peek on that, the review shows the inside of it. So if you want to look at that, I have it for you. But this book is incredible. I absolutely love it. So, but you don't just do amigurumi and corner to corner. You do a few other things too. Talk about your other patterns, although they have been kind of pushed aside a little bit because corner to corner took over. But do you want to go back to them?
Yeah, because of the gnomes, I think the corner to corner really took over this year.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I just love simple projects for the holidays. I love doing blankets, mostly smaller kid-sized blankets, but seasonal or holiday themed. Yeah, again, like little projects like those little crochet cups I've been doing. I don't know what else. Yeah, I mean, amigurumi always, even if it's not like something from the book or whatever, I just love putting little easy patterns like that out there. Really just anything that comes to mind when, I just get inspiration. I feel like I'm always absorbing like inspiration from different places and stores and just life experiences. So
I feel like you should write another book though. Like you have so many corner to corner projects. I almost feel like you should put it all together in like one collection and just sell it as an ebook, because I feel like your audience would love it. Or maybe even themed ones, different ones. Are you ever thinking about maybe self-publishing a few books here and there?
Well, that's what my husband tells me to do all the time. He says, you got to self-publish, but I have no idea what I'm doing. So maybe I'll have to have you help me. I feel like I really like that idea. So maybe we'll have to collaborate on that. And
maybe, because I just published a corner to corner ebook.
Okay.
I did. And it's like pretty much talk about the basics of corner to corner, because my audience was asking for that too. And I was like, might as well. And I put a lot of graphs in there. So for them to practice, and I love it. I have an ebook every month, like one ebook, either a new one or an updated version every month. And so I feel like you should do that too. Like, I feel like you're missing out, man.
Okay. Well, we'll have to talk more about that, because I mean, I would love to self-publish. I would love to do an ebook. I feel like you know what you're doing when it comes to ebooks. I am just, this is like me, whoop, I don't know, way over my head on that. But yeah.
But I thought about that too in the beginning. But once you get the hang of it, it just becomes a rhythm. It's just similar to corner to corner. Once you get the rhythm of how it works and how you can visualize when you need to turn and things like that, it just makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I love that idea. No, I definitely have thought about that. I'm going to tell you this. I haven't told anyone else yet, but I might have something in the works regarding a new book.
Ooh,
so we're still a little far out, but there are some things on the horizon, so stay tuned.
I almost want to know, is there like a theme you could hint us to? It's okay if you can't. Totally fine.
I don't know if I can, because I don't know. I don't have like any,
totally makes sense
yet. So I don't want to say too much, but
we're good. We're going to be patient, although it's going to be hard, but we know it's going to be amazing because it's your pattern. So we know that we're good. But I'm glad we're the first to know. Yay.
Yay. I haven't said anything to anyone yet, so you're definitely the first to know.
Awesome. I am so excited. But tell us about your kids. Like, I would love to know. I'm sure there are funny stories, especially when your daughter or even your sons were younger. Do you have any funny stories about, yarn, them, crocheting. Is there anything that you can give us?
Well, I don't know. I mean, there isn't like something specific that comes to mind, but they're always like when they were younger, it would be like a tangled mess. I think at one time I found Zoe like with a whole ball of yarn coming undone and everywhere, dragged across the house. You know, when you find that long strand of yarn just going from room to room, you're like, what? But it's funny now that my kids are older. So I have 3 kids. I got two boys and a girl. Zoe's the youngest. They're getting older now, and they're more aware of social media and how things work, and they look at YouTube a lot, and they're just so funny to me. They're like, I don't know, mommy. I don't know if anyone really wants to watch videos on crochet, because they're watching, like whatever these trick shots and I don't know who these, big
Anything
YouTubers
entertaining.
are.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm like, no, I swear people do like crochet. We're just in kind of like a small little anyway, but
They'll come
they're
back to it.
rooting for me, but they're kind of like, maybe you should start doing something else and posting about that. I'm like,
my
no,
God.
I'm gonna stick to crochet. We'll see how it goes.
They will come back around. They will appreciate it later. My kids are much older than yours, and they're like, in the beginning, we're like, oh, really? That's what you're doing? But now they're kind of appreciating more because they have that business mindset now that they're older. And I was like, oh, yeah, you're making money off of it. That's cool. So,
yeah,
they'll come back around.
Yep, for sure.
But is there something else you would love to tell us about what's coming up in Repeat Craft Me future? Is there something you want to hint to? Are there any other crochet along themes that you're thinking about maybe, or something in the works?
I feel like for me, when I don't plan anything, that's when the ideas come to me. Like if I try and pressure myself and I like make a schedule, no, I'm a creative mind. Things come to me just randomly, and I can never plan ahead. I mean, I did give you that little hint that there may be another book. But besides, and then we had talked about, I definitely would love to do another, I don't know if it even has to be corner to corner. But like maybe another monthly kind of type crochet along would be fun. I do have another crochet along coming out with in collaboration with Yarn Inspirations. I did Ollie the Ogo Owl last year. That was a really popular around fall Christmas. So I think it was more towards Christmas actually. But definitely gonna have another crochet along coming out soon, next couple months with them that I think everyone's gonna like. Yeah. So that'll be a fun one. So stay tuned for that. And then, you know what? Honestly, something they want me to do, or even you, or for us to collaborate on, let us know. And I mean,
Thank you so much for being here, Sarah. That was such a pleasure to have you as a guest. Thank you so much. Thanks for the teaser. So grateful. And if anyone wants any of the links, especially to the book or to her website and all the patterns, I'll leave a link down below. Be sure to subscribe to both of our channels, share the video, and thank you, everyone. Thanks for being here, Sarah. I really appreciate it.
No, thank you so much. I love the way you're bringing crochet designers and the crochet community together. This is just fabulous. So thank you for having me.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Bye.